Hi, I'm Scott, and this is Scott Rod's Wicked Rides. Yep, well, happy Monday. Starting off again with something I forgot. So that's not flat, and it's freshly painted. But I got coilovers that go through the center of my hat. And I guess I read all the instructions except for that one. So if you line up these bolt holes over here, you'll see real quick that's not level, it's not flat. You gotta do a lot of cutting to get it to fit right. So that's what I'm starting off with today. Is I get to mess up my brand new painted cross member, and this is why I usually don't have anything nice, because it's only nice while it gets painted, and instantly I gotta modify it. So, yep, missed one step, and now I gotta do that. So we're gonna start off, I guess, with trying to figure out how I'm gonna cut those holes and not destroy everything. So here we go. So now we get to try not to damage the paint, and if we do, well, then guess what? It's gonna get repainted. But that's why I usually don't do anything that's nice. I always mess it all up. So here we go. I'm gonna try and be as careful as I can at cutting these out. My dad had a plasma cutter. Looks like it's got a built-in air compressor in it, so I don't even gotta hook it to air. Just gotta plug it to some 110. Hook the ground up, which I'm gonna grind a little spot inside of here where I gotta cut out anyways. We went out last night for our anniversary because she's on another trip with Oblivion Zero today. They're up in Wisconsin. Let's see where they at actually. Yeah, so tonight, the 30th, they're actually up in Appleton, Wisconsin. And then tomorrow we're going to be at Top Fuel Saloon celebrating the Oblivion Zero CD release that they just had come out. Obviously, this video will be after that. So we're going to have a little bit of footage maybe of our partying and having fun up there at Top Fuel Saloon with the band and everybody tomorrow. But for now, as you can see, I melted the paint when I cut it with the plasma cutter. Kind of figured it was going to. I didn't know I was going to do it that bad. So we're probably going to have to get this repainted. And then we're going to have to repaint this. I don't want to just mix up like a cup full of paint. So we're going to paint something else too. I'm gonna take it over there with him, and then I'm gonna take the whatever. I'm gonna take the wheels over there and paint them instead of just keeping them black. I'm gonna do those purple too. Um, they're already primed. They're already ready to go. They haven't even been outside yet since they've been primed, so I might as well just paint them now. They'll be nice purple. So I'll have purple wheels, purple frame, black suspension, black engine parts. Thinking about doing the rear end my other color, so you guys might see the secondary color that'll be on the truck when it actually gets painted. Yeah, I don't know. This week's just been going by quick. I fixed the Suburban brakes out there so I could try and sell that, the one I found on Marketplace. I had to look at my girlfriend's car. The brakes doing something weird on that every now and then. I just changed the oil on my one buddy's truck, and now I'm going to cut out this other hat section with the plasma cutter so we can possibly get this to my cousin to get it painted again. Take the wheels over there, get those painted again. So that way we can keep moving on. But yeah, we're obviously not getting very far on the frame this week. The next thing I'm gonna have to do is get the rear end out from underneath the black truck. So hopefully, while Cassie's gone again today, we can do that. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. Cut this and then grab the black truck. So let's see how far we get today. So if I come out here to my collection of piles of parts and cars, I'm like, oh yeah, I got a Chevy outside. I wonder if it's got a 10 bolt. So my OBS truck has a 10 bolt. Just sitting out here for parts anyways right now because I want to turn into a race truck. So why can't we put this rear end on Sketchy and put Sketchy's rear end on this? Huh? So for right now, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to switch out this 12 bolt for the 10 bolt in the OBS. And then I've already talked to my cousin. He's already waiting for me to bring everything over because, like we just saw, I've got to get that repainted, at least touched up. I can't just have it bare underneath all that stuff because I don't think you'll really be able to see much of it. So we might just tape off the top part of that square, kind of melt it on the side when I have my gloves on it. So we'll see. But we're gonna get that touched up, and then we're gonna get the wheels painted on Sketchy, and I might go ahead and get the rear end housing painted if we're just breaking out some purple again and we're painting. Might as well. So I'm gonna try and rip that rear end out of there, and I'm gonna gut it, find out what spline axles I have, and get the rear end ordered up for it. So here we go. And we're back, and we're still not happy. So while my phone was charging and I was getting ready to record everything, I was measuring some stuff, and yeah, well, more bad news. So let's take a look at what I found now. So I got my OBS truck all brought in the shop. I got it all set up with the 10 bolt. Shocks looked like they were in the right spot. I started looking at the shackle brackets, and I was like, maybe I should measure the leaf springs. So I measured the leaf springs, and I found out that they were longer than the ones on the square body. So I came over here and I measured the square bodies, and well, come to find out, the top perches on this one are 40 inches center to center on the inside. Well, yeah, 40 inches on the inside. And on the OBS, that one behind me, they are 44 inches. So therefore, that's not going to work without modifying both rear ends. And I really don't want to have to modify the rear end to put into the race truck just so it can go sit outside. So I don't want to have to modify the perches on the 12 bolt, modify the perches on the 10 bolt just so I can go park the one. So I got the search out right now. I'm looking for a 10 bolt square body rear end, 73 to 88. Top perches have to be on it. I need them 40 inches in between because my QA1 brackets bolt up to those top perches. So I don't know how different it's going to be if they're off a little bit. So I don't really want to rely on me having to weld perches onto it. I do it on trailers all the time. I've done lots and lots and lots of purchases over, under, this, that, centered. Um, but we got a jig for that, and I know that that's right because it's a trailer. The rear end of my truck that I'm going to be racing and doing a lot of driving, like highway driving and road coursing, and well, I kind of want that to be right where it needs to be. So hopefully we're not totally done right now, but we might be at a halt on sketchy until I figure out what we're doing for the rear end with it. I might have to call QA1 and see if they have the option for the 12 bolt, and if it'll work with what I've already done. But I don't know if that tubing's bigger, smaller. I can start measuring all that stuff, but I don't have the right one anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's where I'm at. I cut holes in my cross member. I melted my new paint, and I can't put wheels and tires back on my frame because I cut all the perches off for leaf springs because I want to use QA1. Until I get this figured out, I can't get it out of the trailer because it's stuck in the trailer, and well, I don't really have much room in the shop to put the frame to just let it sit because I've got too much going on. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to see what I can do, and I'm going to just try to keep on going forward on this build. But you guys see what I'm going through. You guys see what I'm trying to do. And then tomorrow, because we're at Friday night now, is the well, I guess today was the CD release actually, but tomorrow is the CD release party at Top Fuel Saloon in Braidwood, Illinois, and that's where we're gonna be at. I got to be there at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was gonna help them set up, unload everything, and then we'll be there all day just hanging out. So probably the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy what we're going through so far. Hope you enjoy watching me struggle with everything. I know I like watching it. So we can't really do much more. So I'm gonna go home. I will see you guys next week.